Good afternoon and welcome to Midday Live. It's coming to you live from the news app here at Adesawe Kanda. My name is George Quinn. Top of the stories this afternoon. 4 deaths reported in explosion at Kobina and Dokrom in the Shama district of the Western region. And international news, rescuers scrambled to find survivors under the rubble after a huge earthquake in Morocco that killed more than 2,000 people. We've got details of these and many more coming up in the next 60 minutes. Do stay with me. And now let's begin from the Western region. Before 4 deaths have been reported with several injured following an explosion at Kobina and Dokrom near Anto Aboso in the Shama district in the Western region. Rescue efforts are ongoing at the scene of the explosion. TV3 News has been interacting with some officials at the scene.
We've spoken to the assembly member for Anto Aboso electoral area, Emmanuel Owewe, and he tells us that the impact of the explosion was also felt in some adjoining communities nearby. He also explained to us what he knows about the situation.
It was upon tracking that we came to realize that it is this quarry company by name Omni Quarry that has brought us this bad news, if I should put it so. You can see the body parts scattered all over. And then there are others who are not unidentified, unfounded now. So we are trying to see as quickly as possible if we can get a machine to try to look for where they are, because it could be possible that somebody might be tracked down there but not dead. So we need to rescue them. For now, our biggest one had to do with the only health facility we have. That's our chief center. When you go there, the whole facility is down, the roofing is down, the levers are down, and because of that situation, it has become very difficult for individuals who want to access the facility to go for medical care whatsoever. When you go into the communities, as far as Supomudunkwa, you could see the impact very far away, but they all had an impact with regard to this kind of blasting.
What we are also hearing is that there were explosions kept on where they were not supposed to keep an explosive, and unfortunately it was closer to their accommodation area. So I think that they said, from what we learned, they said that the explosives were brought here to be used today. We've not confirmed that. We're trying to reach management, but unfortunately, the owner of the quarry, from our investigation, is reported to have been involved and is dead. So we are trying to get some of the management to give us clearly what really transpired here.
We got to the scene and we realized that some of the casualties has already been sent to various hospitals. So we needed to trace up to see them for accurate information. So in all, we have 5 casualties who are responding to treatment at the various facilities. 3 people were found bent beyond recognition. Then 6 Chinese who believed to have been on site. 1 was alive. 5 of them, we can't trace their whereabouts. Out of these 5, 1 is believed to be a female. And when we came, we saw body parts scattered around. And upon our assessment, we realized that the bodies that were found is believed to be the Chinese woman whom we suspected to be among the other 5 casualties who are missing.
Lucas Ampon happens to be the HR manager for this very quarry. We also spoken to him, and this is what he had to say.
Actually, that night, 22 workers were expected to be here.
How many Ghanaians? How many Chinese?
Actually, 6 Chinese men, and then the remaining blacks.
Site manager for the quarry, Gabriel Bakwe, also had this to say.
There was fire all around. Once we approached the fire, we saw our colleagues in the fire. Almost 3 people burned. So we were able to rescue only 2.
Quite a sad development there, if you ask me. But my colleague Parkwesi Peters is in the Western region, and he's been following this very development. He joins me via Zoom. Good afternoon, Parkwesi.
We know all of that explosion.
Parkwesi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Pakojo, per the first-hand information you got,
Good
we're told
afternoon.
that the owner also died. Apart from him, can you give us the exact number of deaths that have been recorded at the scene?
Yeah, currently there are 4 confirmed deaths, and these include 3 Ghanaian workers here. The workers are Richard Mensah, we understand he was a welder here, and George Gali. George Gali was also a mechanic, and one lady who had visited the time at the time of the incident. Her name has been given as Harriet Mensah. We understand she's a female friend of the late George, so she was also at the scene, at the site when the explosion took place. And the 3 have been burned beyond recognition. There is other one Chinese national, a female, whose dismembered body parts have also been identified, and 4 other Chinese nationals are currently missing. But we understand they were at the scene, they were at the site of the explosion, the very spot where the explosion took place. So presumably, we presume that they are also dead, but their bodies are yet to be found. So as we speak to you now, rescue mission is ongoing to possibly find the remains of these 4 other Chinese nationals and possibly other workers who were also on site. Our information gathered is that there were 22 workers on night workers who were on site during the explosion. So as I speak to you now, you can see here officials from NADMO, police, and all that, all those who matter are here. And we are expecting the excavation or the rescue mission to commence anytime soon.
Okay, Pakojo, and you said 4 persons have been confirmed dead. What about those that have been injured? Do you have any information on the state of their condition? Tell us if you have.
Yeah. Per the information we've gathered from the NADMO officials and fire personnel who are here, they have so far taken 5 workers to the hospital.
And sorry for that, break in visuals. And he's back. Pakojo is back. Let's go back to him for updates.
Yeah, just as I was saying, the 5 have been taken.
Well, we're having challenges with our visuals, but surely that's Pakojo Peters updating us on the Western Region explosion. We are told 4 persons have been confirmed dead, and after this very devastation, the death toll actually has risen to 4, and rescue mission has intensified in that regard, and there are 5 other persons that are reported missing. So that's Pakojo Peters giving us up to speed on updates at the scene. And as you can see, this rescue mission has intensified. The Ghana National Fire Service trying to douse some sort of fire that is at the scene. And the death toll as it stands now is 4. And the owner of the quarry site is part of the 4 that have been confirmed dead. Pakojo, before you part company, can you give us an information about this quarry site, where exactly the explosion, took place?
Hello?
Yeah, Pakojo, any information about this quarry site, where the explosion actually took place?
Yeah. Omni Quarry has been in existence for over 12 years now, but I understand some Chinese company have currently taken over the company. The company is now known as SGA Aspham, but my information is that they've been in existence for over 12 years now.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for that update. Pakojo Peters is our Western Regional correspondent, and like he said, 4 persons have been confirmed dead, and rescue mission has intensified as a result of the incident. And he says the quarry site has been in existence for the past 12 years. And we will be bringing you up to speed with updates on News 360 tonight, so do make a date. If you just tune in, you're watching Midday Live on TV3 with me, Josh Quinn. More news this afternoon. There's been a fire outbreak at the Ashama main market in the Ashama municipality of the Greater Accra region. And the fire, which was reported to have started Sunday morning, affected the maize and crop products section of the particular market. Over 40 shops have been burned, while personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service salvaged the situation from extending to other parts of the market. We're trying to get some update from our correspondent, Kevin, and also get some reaction from the Ghana National Fire Service. So when you get through to them, we'll surely bring you the updates. But away from that, the government has been lauded for increasing the producer price for the bag of cocoa. The new price per bag is now 1,308 Ghana cedis, up from the previous amount of 800 cedis. Over 500 cedis currently make the difference. However, some farmers say the new price adjustment may have little impact as they have to buy their own fertilizers. William Evans Inkum has the following report, but I'll bring you the story later on. And this is Midday Live on TV3. And President Akufo-Addo has appealed to chiefs to release lands for agricultural purposes. According to him, the second phase of the Planting for Food and Jobs would meet its objectives of cutting down food import if access to land or farming was made easier and more affordable. He was addressing the National House of Chiefs in Kumasi in the Ashanti region.
Currently, the total agricultural land size in Ghana spans approximately 15.7 million hectares. Most of these lands belong to traditional authorities, and that is why I am here. As custodians of our lands, I'm appealing to you, Nananum, to release farmlands to facilitate large-scale commercial farming under this program. Unlike in the past, where government acquired lands under executive instrument, under PFJ2, we would entreat you to give lands out willingly to your subjects with the understanding that they pay back in kind and over time. The huge cost of paying for land upfront discourages agricultural investment. We're moving away from state land acquisition for agricultural purposes with the hope that this program will set up a new course for land acquisition. It's also come to my attention that already delineated agricultural lands are being released for real estate development. I thus encourage you to manage the temptation of converting lands for non-agricultural purposes, as our collective interest in food production depends on it.
One area that we should all be looking at is Galamsey. As much as possible, we should also try to check Galamsey. Otherwise, the existing farms will be destroyed. We want to feed ourselves. We want to create jobs for our people. We want to feed our industries, and we want also to stop the importation of food that we can grow here. And of course, encourage our people to produce more and to export to earn foreign exchange for ourselves.
Well, let's go back to our earlier story, but still in the Ashanti region, where the government has been lauded for increasing the producer price for a bag of cocoa. The new price per bag is now 1,308 Ghana cedis, up from the previous amount of 800 Ghana cedis. Over 500 cedis currently makes the difference. However, some farmers say the new price adjustment may have little impact as they have to buy their own fertilizers. My colleague William Evans Inkum has filed this following report.
The international market is beginning to pick up, and government, in keeping with our promise to our gallant cocoa farmers, has today increased cocoa prices from 12,800 cedis per ton to 20,943 cedis per ton, or 1,308 cedis per bag.
A major announcement, perhaps what cocoa farmers have been waiting to hear. 47-year-old Ibrahim Hamza is one of the youngest cocoa farmers in his community, Enyinamso, in the Chimampunya district of the Ashanti region. He started growing the cash crop at a very tender age. Today, he owns over 15 acres of cocoa farm. The father of 7 solely depends on his farm for the family upkeep. For him, the newly announced cocoa producer price from 800 cedis to 1,308 cedis is good news, but farmers will now be buying their own fertilizers, a new directive by Cocoa Board.
1,308 cedi. A direct Taurma, Caso Pejam, Dium, a Cajon. because we neighboring countries, so could divorce every coast one now. Omudian Kosoro. Ghana, so you cook no, a passing Omudian ferment to ferment.
Every farmer will receive in full the new price tag per bag of cocoa. This is good news. If taxes are imposed on the fertilizers, what it means is that we will buy them at a heavy price. So by logic, we will end up spending all the money on fertilizers, which is counterproductive. The new policy will address the issue of artificial shortage and smuggling. To Ibrahim, government may consider a tax waiver so farmers can enjoy the full benefits of the new producer price.
Ordinary cocoa farmer, this perhaps is a good news, especially with few weeks to enter the bumper season. Call it the main season. And of course that means a bumper harvest, which also translates into a very good time for them, especially now that the price of a bag of the cash crop has been upped by the government. To them, it is going to achieve two effects. One, a motivation not to smuggle the produce from the country, and also a motivation that will halt the incessant sales of cocoa farms to illegal miners. William Evansinkum, TV3 News, Enyamso.
From Kumasi, let's head to Ashaiman. Quite a bad news there. There has been a fire outbreak at the Ashaiman main market in the Ashaiman municipality of the Greater Accra region. We are told 4 shops have been burnt and gutted by fire. So we want to get reactions from the Ghana National Fire Service and how well they, managed the situation, among others. So we are joined on the telephone lines by AD1 Alex Kinate. He is the National PRO of the Ghana National Fire Service. And good afternoon.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
So how has your entity established the preliminary cause of the inferno?
Well, greetings to your cherished viewers. The cause is not yet clear. Over 40 shops were damaged, and we have to get to the root of the fire to determine. And with such fires, we can't just preempt the cause. So we want to do an extensive investigation to come up with a much more reliable finding. So the fire is currently under investigation.
Okay, so I know 40 shops have been burnt. Can you describe the extent of destruction?
Okay, so our men received a call around 12 midnight about the fire. And when we got there, we realized our station at Motorway was quickly dispatched to the scene. Upon assessment, they realized that the fire was fast spreading. So at the end of the day, we had to call in 5 additional appliances to augment the effort of the crew from Motorway. And it took us about 2 hours, 30 minutes to fight the fire. The fire affected the part of the market that dealt in maize, millet, and the herbal medication. And so we were able to confine the fire to just that area. Unfortunately, for about 40 of the shops were damaged, both metal and wooden structures. But the good thing is that we're able to contain the fire within that area, and adjoining areas dealt in used clothes, and then they dealt in used clothes and also live birds, the chicken and poultry. But we're able to salvage the fire from affecting the clothing area and the live birds area, which would have been much more serious. So the fire was contained within this area.
Okay, so Alex, I know I'm privy to that very market, and when it comes to accessibility, it's a major challenge. I'm just wondering, how easy was it to assess the scene?
Well, the fortunate thing for us was that at the time of the fire, midnight, there seemed not to be traffic. So it helped a bit. But then it got into question how bad the situation could have got to if the fire had happened during the day. So accessibility has always been a problem. Even with that, even though it was at around 12 midnight, being able to get through some of the shops was a problem because some of these shops had fortified their security with padlocks and made it difficult for our men to break through to be able to get to the seat of fire. So we always encourage people that as much as they take their security concern seriously, they should take their safety, because as much as they were thinking about fortifying with very durable padlocks, they should have thought about how difficult it would be for our men to be able to get through, to be able to fight the fire during instances like this.
Alex, I can't wait for the day where maybe if there are situations like this, if we manage situations like this, it will be very easy to get the course, maybe in less than a day or two.
Can you come again, please?
I can't wait for the day where maybe if we are able to manage situations like this, it will be very easy for us to get the course maybe within some few hours.
Okay, so you see, again, as I said, looking at how things are packed in, there and for accessibility for us, and because there is lack of segregation in our market, it makes the course very difficult. It can be alluded to probably arson, it can be alluded to ignorance, it can be alluded to electrical, it can be alluded to a lot of factors. So again, it's better safe than sorry. As much as we want to expedite our investigations to come up with a course, we wouldn't want to mislead the public into giving them information that can be unsubstantiated. So your call is in the right place, but it's better safe than sorry.
Sure. Thank you so much. ADO1 Alex Kenate is the National PRO of the Ghana National Fire Service, bringing us up to speed on how the National Fire Service manages the situation. 4 shops, we are told, have been gutted by fire. If you just tune in, you're watching Media Live. You're on TV3 with me, George Quinn. You're live on DSTV, channel 279. More news this afternoon. The mere mention of this day can send shivers down the spines of many. It's a day where the weekend's warm embrace slips away, ushering in the relentless march of routine and responsibilities. But what is it about Monday that makes it so universally feared? Grace Jiman has been finding out.
Some call this day the beginning of Kindly Find Attached, while others say it is the start of the Day of Kind Regards. No matter how you see it, the fear of Mondays, also called deuterophobia or lunadisophobia, is a reality. Usually on Sunday nights, social media is awash with memes on how Monday is fast approaching, but not everyone is ready for it. A 2021 UN workforce data says Monday fear is a phobia that affects over 250,000 people in America alone. And a LinkedIn report says the numbers are higher than ever, with 66% of professionals saying they have the scaries. After a stress-free weekend off from work, the first day of the week puts people in the grind again. From meeting deadlines to presentations, Monday have the reputation for itself. In fact, the Guinness Book of Records in 2022 recognized the day as the worst of the week. So I have been asking, why is Monday so hated?
On Monday mornings, that's when they engage you to find out what you read. This kind of pressure usually continues and eases as the week goes by. So it's usually very intense on Mondays, then on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, it eases along the week.
They rest for 2 days and then all of a sudden they have to go to work the next day, submit to their bosses, do some active works. So that's why I think people hate Monday.
There are so many reasons why someone might dread the start of a new week. Some of these you may not even be aware of. And the president of the Psychologists Association of Ghana, Dr. Collins Agyemang, has been explaining the psychology behind this.
It's about what we have internalized. Now in psychology, there is something we call learning by association. There's a lot of pressure on Monday because I need to do reporting. There's a lot of pressure because I need to shoulder all the demands of the previous week I couldn't finish. There's a lot of pressure because I may have to face that particular supervisor who harasses or bullies me. So I have drawn a connection between what happens on Monday and how I feel. That learning by association will make me dislike Mondays.
Petra Abasamwa is a senior corporate executive with over 2 decades of working in corporate Ghana. She tells me workplace culture is a key contributor to Monday's scaries.
when you're in the wrong place, you don't feel like that's a space that you are thriving. The environment might be toxic. You might not get along properly with your work colleagues. You might be having a very difficult boss. So there are different reasons that will lead you to feeling or to having negative emotions when you think about going to a place. And in this situation, going to the place of work.
Overcoming the scare is twofold. Both the individual and the organization have roles to play.
We spend about a third of our lives at the workplace. Managers of the workplace must make the workplace a go-to area. I think the workplace, we need to have a sense of community. If we see the workplace as an edifying space to go to, and I see myself that I belong here.
Recognize that work is a necessary thing for you. Once you agree in your mind that this is something you have to do, it makes it a bit easier for you to accommodate that this is your reality. The next thing is try and get ahead of your day. Don't arrive at work on a Monday not knowing what you're going to do. Attack the most difficult of your tasks. What that does is it gives you extra energy and drive to want to go and attack it and finish it off. Analyze yourself. What's the cause of this dread? Am I having a challenge with my immediate supervisor? Some people just say, oh, my boss is difficult. No, your boss is not just difficult. Figure out what exactly it is.
Mondays have always been with us, and it has come to stay. And the saying goes, innovate or be left behind. Grace Hamwajuman, TV3 News, Accra.
Well, I'm yet to meet anyone who doesn't dread Mondays. Of course, we all do. But there's this Anwi Deba at Gramanda Oti region in honor of a very own Pakwesi Asare on his BBC achievement. We'll bring you that story after the break. Keep watching TV3.
When it comes to the world of sports, what does complete mean to you?
When my team scores at the end of a 30-plus passing sequence, just like Pep Guardiola style.
When someone beats the buzzer with a shot from the logo, like Steph Curry.
Dominating opponents and punching my waist to a knockout, like Africa's greatest boxer, Azuma Nelson.
Running so fast that I can afford to celebrate midway through a 100-meter race and smash the world record like Usain Bolt.
Hold up. What makes all of these sports complete is the screen. This is where you get access to all the extensive highlights, analysis, and insights.
So do join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. live on 2FM 92.7 as we serve you the best sports buffet and most satisfying in the sports world. The 3 Sports team will come together to review, preview, and analyze the latest in the sports world here on Sports Ultras.
She got tongues wagging with her explicit sex education show, but for her, she said it was not a way to encourage any form of promiscuity.
Love making is like you're hungry, you want something to eat. Care. No, Bella, allow me to speak.
Doc,
because listen, when you're not married, don't do it. It doesn't kill.
In fact, she was focused on married couples, helping them to better enjoy their intimacy. Of course, the system has become so polarized, but are we churning out more quality than quantity or more quantity than quality?
More quantity than quality.
That's a problem.
Yeah, people are doing stuff, but I feel like because everybody in Ghana can just, watch YouTube and say, oh, I'm a makeup artist, but it's always good to seek professional education.
Oh, fire around, fire around.
Hey, Adeba, Waya,
Police Aba,
Akonti. Who sang this one? I forgot to know.
Me too, I forgot to know. My name is Akuma Mama Zimbi, and I'm here with my sister,
Black Cherry GH.
And of course, we are the guests on The Day Show. Keep watching. And that's it.
See you on Sunday.
The Day Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on TV3.
This program is sponsored by Onga.
Music.
Donuts on the beat.
So it's a matter of flavor, taste, spice, and herbs this week on Kitchen Wars Season 2.
Mauko, Mayoda.
We are representing Achimota Senior High School.
We didn't come to make noise, we came to show you how it's done.
But I see Motown is in the building. Right. Got my heart broken by a Motown boy many years ago.
Can we give her one?
Oh. Okay. Okay. Who carries the day for Group G? Let's find out this Sunday, 5 p.m. right here on TV3. My name is Cookie, and this is Kitchen Wars. Kitchen Wars!
Kitchen Wars Season 2, Sundays at 5 p.m. on TV3. Don't miss it.
Sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix.
And Napa Foods. Say Napa. Enye ono soko.
PGL.
As the Ghana's most beautiful competition reaches its peak, the stakes are higher than ever before. With each passing week, the contestants have dazzled us with their grace, poise, and cultural prowess. Our contestants step out of their comfort zones and embark on a mission to explore the vibrant African cultures. They will immerse themselves in the heart of other African countries to live, breathe, and celebrate their cultures, traditions, and ways of life that define our African brothers and sisters. This eviction week, you have the power to support your favorite contestant by dialing *713*13# to any network, or by downloading the TV3 reality app. Ghana's Most Beautiful is live this Sunday, only on TV3.
GMB 2023 is sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix, GTP, Techno Common 20 Series, AT, Pepsodent Charcoal and Lemon Infused Formula and Pepsodent Natural Herbal Formula, Geisha Moringa and Geisha Black Soup, Key Soup, Bell Pack Tissues, Sankofa Natural Spices, Vitamilk, Deluxe Acrylic Paint, Nescofa Blood Tonic, Heaven Black Mosquito Spray and Coil, Enapa Foods, Freedom from Casapreco,
Frutelli Calipo,
Duffy's Health and Beauty, Obuasi Bitters, Nubuna Womwankasa, Dragnet, Shalatem, Top Choco, Global Wings Travel and Tour.
Makeup was done by House of Tara.
It is said that all drugs are poisons, but the right dose is what differentiates a poison from a remedy. Did you know that globally more than 11.8 million deaths are recorded each year as a result of drug misuse?
Did you also know that most adverse drug events could have been prevented if only you had spoken to your pharmacist?
And are you aware that untreated sexually transmitted infections could lead to infertility in the long term?
Ask Your Pharmacist is the only health show that brings pharmacists to the discussion to educate you on what that drug does to your body and help you better understand the medical condition and that pill before you swallow it.
So join us as we bring you exciting, compelling, and didactic health content every week right here on the station. My name is Peggy.
My name is Asabia.
And I am Kunedu. And we are your hosts.
Ask Your Pharmacist. Stay informed. Stay healthy. Ask Your Pharmacist Season 3 is proudly brought to you by Dragnet, the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, Let Up Pharmaceuticals, Chango, U School, and the Tema Christian Eye Center.
Ask Your Pharmacist shows Sunday at 1 p.m. on TV3.
Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Midday Live on TV3. In more news this afternoon, the absence of a secondary referral facility and the absence of a regional medical store are posing significant challenges to healthcare delivery in the OT region. The Wara Government Hospital, which is serving as a referral hospital, lacks the logistics needed to meet the needs of residents.
The Wara Government Hospital serves as a secondary referral facility in the OT region. The facility, however, does not meet the standards required to function as a regional hospital. This forces management to heavily rely on other hospitals in neighboring regions for secondary referrals. Dr. Osei Kufuor Afre is the OT Regional Director of Health Services.
Even though the staff situation for nurses is not that bad, that for the doctors is very, very bad, and other technical and support staff. So we are appealing to benevolent people to at least support us to put in incentive packages to attract and retain most of the health.
Additionally, the OT region does not have a regional medical store. As a result, healthcare facilities in the region depend on the Volta regional medical stores for their medicine supplies.
We are not able to get all the medicines that we need. So the availability of medicines to manage all our health conditions is becoming a challenge. So if we have our own medical stores here to manage, it's going to help us so that distances are shorter and officers can get the medicines they need to give to the sick people on time.
This means long journeys and, at times, crossing the Oti River to acquire essential medicines. At the Regional Health Performance Review, officials raised concerns about the impact on health delivery.
And we still continue to appeal. We are having a discussion with the Regional Coordinating Council and the District and Municipal Assemblies with the Nanano to be able to put in some incentives to attract and retain a lot of staff in the region.
Another pressing concern at the Rara Government Hospital is the neonatal intensive care unit. The unit records a monthly average of between 45 and 50 cases. The Regional Performance Review was under the theme of achieving universal health coverage and the role of health workers.
Still on health, out of 15 health facilities in the Bumpurgu Nankpanduri district of the Northeast region, only 4 have access to potable water supply. The remaining 11 depend on streams and harvested rainwater for their daily activities. My colleague Christopher Mwakon visited the Assemblies of God Health Center in Nankpanduri and has filed this following report.
The Nankpanduri Assemblies of God Health Center serves over 15,000 residents from over 20 communities. Since its establishment in 1948, the health center has not seen any major renovation. It has been battling with limited health infrastructure and lack of access to potable water over the years. An ambulance donated by a former member of parliament for the Bunkurgu Nankpanduri constituency has been grounded for the past 6 years due to the bad nature of the 27-kilometer Nankpanduri-Nalerugu road.
With the breaking down of our ambulance, we rely on commercial vehicles to transport our mothers to the referral points. Most of the women cannot afford to pay for the ambulance. They have to use their own motorbikes, which is very risky.
In terms of water supply, the facility has over the years been solely dependent on water from a stream, as well as harvested rainwater. This, according to healthcare provided in the area, poses serious threat to healthcare delivery.
In the labor ward, when we deliver a client, a mother, no water for us to even wash our hands, even for the clients to bath.
To address the water situation at the facility, Catholic Relief Service CRS Ghana, with funds from Water Access Now, has constructed a $40,000 limited mechanized water system for the health center. 4 other boreholes fitted with hand pumps have also been constructed for other facilities.
I would like to appeal to put in place necessary mechanisms such as paying for water services and regular maintenance to ensure proper orientation and management of the water system.
District Chief Executive for Bunkurgu Nankpanduri, Joseph Luknan, said the Assembly will continue to lobby private philanthropic organizations to address the myriads of challenges in the district. In Ghana, it is estimated that 2.1 million people living in rural areas are without access to safe drinking water, while 1.6 others travel long distances on a daily basis to collect water for household use.
Well, let's know what you make of stories that have been aired so far and those that are yet to be aired. Just go into our social media platform, Facebook, and share with us your comment. And now, in a touching tribute to a slain soldier, the newly constructed officers' mess at the 154 Armored Regiment has been named in memory of the late Sheriff Imoru. Sheriff Imoru tragically lost his life when he was brutally attacked by a mob at Asham and Taifa on the fateful night of Saturday, March 4, 2023.
Sharif Imoro, a young soldier, was a member of the unit under the 15th Armored Brigade of the Ghana Army's 154th Armored Regiment in Sunyani. The murder of Imoro was followed by the invasion of the area on March 7 by heavily armed soldiers. Some residents were brutalized by the soldiers during the invasion, though the Ghana Armed Forces said the swoop was not to avenge the killing of the soldier but to fish out perpetrators of the crimes. 6 months after the incident, the officers' mess, which serves as a facility for junior ranks, has been named after Sharif Imoro. The commanding officer of the 154th Armored Regiment, Colonel Kofi Obri-Yeboah, emphasized the need to improve infrastructure at the regiment.
We don't leave our people behind, and when our people fall, we don't forget about them, because that is the only way people will be motivated to feel that even if they lose their lives, they will still be remembered one way or the other. So, as part of that tragic incident that happened, it has been our consideration to see how best, as a regiment, we can also do something as a memorial, so that going forward, we can always remember that we once had a soldier like this who unfortunately lost his life under such circumstances.
The deputy commander of the 15th Armored Brigade, Colonel Edward Owusu-Ansah, commended the outgoing commanding officer, Colonel Kofi Obri-Yeboah, for his exceptional leadership.
In spite of the numerous financial and resource challenges, you have managed to lay such a solid foundation for this regiment. In all, the regiment, the garrison, and Armor Corps is proud of you and grateful for your service.
May his soul rest in perfect peace. And now to our very own, the Office of the Chief of Guyaman and Benkumhene of the Buem traditional area of the OT region is organizing an annual Deba in honor of TV3's news anchor, Pakwesi Asare, on his recent achievement of emerging winner of the 2023 BBC Komla Dumor Award. So my colleague Kingsley Amache is in the OT region and he's handing over the phone to the Benkumhene of the OT region, that's Nana Obinyo-Ofori-Apaw the Sixth, to really tell us what exactly is behind this very Deba. Good afternoon, Nana. Nana, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Nana.
Good afternoon.
Nana, good afternoon and welcome to Midday Live. And we know you are honoring our very own and also the son of the soil, Pakwesi Asare. What really went into this very Deba? Can you tell us more?
Yeah, the place is noisy, so I can't hear you play.
Nana, apart from the fact that Pakwesi has won this prestigious award, what really went into this very Deba? Can you tell us? We are trying to connect with the Benkumhene of the T region, and I think we have issues with the sound, but we would still be trying, and if we get through to him, we would, you know, bring it that very update. But Nana, can you hear me? Sorry, and Pakwesi Asare is in the OT region currently, and the Chief of Guyaman and also the Buem traditional area are going to honor him for the prestigious award and also bringing us honor as a TV station. If you just tune in, this is Midday Live. We're actually going for a commercial break. We'll come back with more news. To stay with us.
She got tongues wagging with her explicit sex education show, but for her, she said it was not a way to encourage any form of promiscuity.
Love making is like you're hungry, you want something to eat. Care. No, Bella, allow me to speak. Because listen, when you're not married, don't do it. It doesn't kill.
In fact, she was focused on married couples, helping them to better enjoy their intimacy. Of course, the system has become so polarized, but are we churning out more quality than quantity or more quantity than quality?
More quantity than quality.
That's a problem.
Yeah. People are doing stuff, but I feel like because everybody in Ghana can just, you know, watch YouTube and say, oh, I'm a makeup artist, but it's always good to seek professional education.
Oh, fire around, fire around.
Hey! Adeba! Why? Police Aba! Akonti! Who's sang this one. I forgot to know.
Me too, I forgot to know. My name is Akuma Mama Zimbi, and I'm here with my sister,
Black Cherry GH.
And of course, we
Today
are
we
the
are
guests on the Day
Show.
Show. Keep watching. May that's it.
See you on Sunday.
The Day Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on TV3.
This program is sponsored by Onga.
Day Show no, aye manya to say so manya, and aye chaka to say chaka demos. Otoka bi belonche yen.
Delay. Nani nyaya for fame. No.
Seriously? I be singing no credit because almost all brofo nye prempe brofo.
Brofo e disi kabana meka. Anya brofo hu bi asa na meka.
It's all called public restroom. Who you so male and female
ladies.
And don't you think yes I will violate Emma because you have a male sex organ but you are using the ladies?
Oh, tell me the empowerment.
What a word you know wo a putoy and you need delay wo a putoy. Asasemuni.
The Delay Show now shows on Sundays at 6 p.m. on TV3. Brought to you by Vodafone, Safari Tissues, Pepsodent, Yas Sanitary Pad, Delay Foods, Tabia Takum, Greatfield Ventures, Alisa Hotel. As the Ghana's most beautiful competition reaches its peak, the stakes are higher than ever before. With each passing week, the contestants have dazzled us with their grace, poise, and cultural prowess. Our contestants step out of their comfort zones and embark on a mission to explore the vibrant African cultures. They will immerse themselves in the heart of other African countries to live, breathe, and celebrate their cultures, traditions, and ways of life that define our African brothers and sisters. This eviction week, you have the power to support your favorite contestant by dialing *713*13# to any network, or by downloading the TV3 reality app. Ghana's Most Beautiful is live this Sunday, only on TV3.
GMB 2023 is sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix, GTP, Techno Common 20 Series, AT, Pepsodent Charcoal and Lemon Infused Formula and Pepsodent Natural Herbal Formula, Geisha Moringa and Geisha Black Soup, Key Soup, Bell Pack Tissues, Sankofa Natural Spices, Vitamilk, Deluxe Acrylic Paint, Nescofa Blood Tonic, Heaven Black Mosquito Spray and Coil, Enapa Foods, Freedom from Casapreco, Frutelli Calipo, Duffy's Health and Beauty, Obuasi Bitters, Nubuna Womwankasa, Dragnet, Shalatem, Top Choco, Global Wings Travel and Tour.
Makeup was done by House of Tara.
Are you ready to win solid cash every day with Cash Out? Be a proud winner of lots of cash simply by watching or listening to any of Media General stations. That's right, you are being rewarded for your loyalty. Tune in to all Media General brands. TV3, 3FM 92.7, Onia TV, Onia FM 95.1, all in Accra, Akuma FM 87.9 in Kumasi, and Connect FM 97.1 in Takrady. To enter the Cash Out raffle on your favorite Media General station, just dial *439#. Follow the prompt and pick your favorite platform to enter. Voila! You are now eligible to become one of the 10 lucky winners of a cool cash prize. Remember, this is every day, all day on your favorite Media General station. Cash out and win big! This is in partnership with Radio Entertainment Limited. This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Get ready for another cultural explosion like never before. On 21st September, Africa will witness an ultimate celebration of African diversity and flavor at the 3FM Afro Connect event. This is the place to experience the magic of African arts and creativity. also unite in a sizzling. Whether you're passionate on the 21st of September is the place to be. Venue, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. To sell, call 053-220-0927. 3FM Afro Connect, connecting Africa and beyond.
Brought to you by 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The 3FM Afro Connect is proudly sponsored by
In entertainment news this afternoon, celebrated Ghanaian songstress and Rough Town Records signee Wendy Shay was involved in a car accident on the Kwabena Highway in Accra on Saturday night. Reports suggest that the singer escaped narrowly after her Jeep Wrangler collided with a tipper truck loaded with sand. According to an eyewitness account, Wendy Shay complained of headache and was taken to the hospital. The accident, which occurred on the Kwabena Highway in Accra on Saturday night, left the front side of her Jeep Wrangler vehicle severely damaged. News of Wendy Shay being involved in an accident sent shockwaves through the showbiz industry and got fans worried. Fans who received the news with shock have sent their love and prayers to Wendy Shay, wishing her a speedy recovery. And this is from Mimpasem President on Twitter, and he says, "Get well soon, Wendy." And Ghana Jesus tweet read, "You will be fine, Wendy. I just had the accident." Manuel posted a photograph of the singer with the message, "I hope Wendy Shay is doing well. It's not the news I wanted to wake up to. Let's say a prayer for her." Another fan, WebKid Africa, wrote, "Shutter movement are with you, Wendy Shay in prayers." And social media influencer Kalije wrote, "Pray for Wendy Shay." And Etonam OMS on Twitter also wished Wendy Shay a speedy recovery with a message that read, "Wendy Shay will come out strongly." Here at TV3, we wish her a speedy recovery. Our heart and prayers are with the singer. Well, let's just stay on this because Ghanaian dancehall star Shatta Wale has also been reacting to news of his colleague Wendy Shay being involved in an accident. The SM boss tweeted on Sunday morning, "God forbid, sorry my queen, Wendy Shay, GH, and wishing you speedy recovery. God is here." In a separate post, Shatta Wale called out Ghanaians and the media for not giving Wendy Shay's music the best of support. He wrote, "Accident dear, she's trending, but her songs dear, you know, make news about it. When she's recording, please go and bring us that news too. Now she cracks her brains to get the work done. Them know they shy too." Hey, this entertainment prefect, eh? And she'll go and she'll and she'll go and she'll Our heart and prayers are with the singer Wendy Shay. And still in more entertainment news, young poet and climate activist Nakia Dramani Sam is on a mission to impact lives. The winner of Talented Kids Season 10 and Tovela Water Solutions have partnered to provide safe drinking water to needy communities.
Respect to the elderly person, the chiefs, and my parents.
The final stage of the Talented Kids, I performed a poem about sanitation, water, the environment in general. After that performance, I became the ambassador for sanitation. That is how it all started.
Winner of Talented Kids Season 10, Nakia Dramani Sam, has been passionate about the environment since her thought-provoking performance about sanitation and the need for people to have access to safe drinking water. 4 years on, the child star is still using her platform and influence to advocate for safe water. The 11-year-old, with support from Tovela Water Solutions, have rolled out a project to ensure that communities which rely on unsafe water sources have access to safe and clean water. Already, the Domiabra community, which used to share the same water source with animals, have benefited from the partnership.
In terms of the water problems, they were complaining about the water scarcity for drinking, cooking, and all these activities we do as humans. And seeing that Nakia, the poet, got the aim to get Domiabra safe, clean, potable water.
The partnership seeks to achieve the challenges we have in our various communities when it comes to water quality. There are so many of these communities that lack access to water, not just lacking access to water, but they are exposed to using water that is unsafe. So Nakiat and Tovila coming together is to ensure that we end that story of using water that is unsafe in their communities.
Up next is international news. Rescuers are scrambling to find survivors under the rubble after a huge earthquake which killed more than 2,000 people. The epicenter was in a remote mountainous region southwest of the Marrakesh, where there are reports of entire villages flattened. BBC correspondent Nick Bake reached one village where he found an elderly woman wailing after 18 bodies were recovered in a single place. Rescue workers have struggled to reach the more remote areas, with many mountain roads damaged or destroyed. There was also significant damage in the popular tourist city of Marrakesh, and tremors were felt in the capital Rabat and in Casablanca. Fearing aftershocks, many Moroccans have opted to stay outdoors for a second night, sleeping on the streets. And world leaders have formally adopted a joint declaration at the G20 summit held in India. Ukraine has expressed its disappointment at the declaration, which does not name Russia or directly criticize it for the war. But Russia said the summit was a milestone and praised India's role in building consensus on a joint statement. The summit was marked by the absence of Russia's Vladimir Putin and Chinese Xi Jinping. The two-day event saw big movement, including the African Union being made a permanent member of the G20. India has formally handed over the G20 presidency to Brazil, which will take over in December. In more international news this afternoon, Niger's military regime, which took power in July, has accused France of deploying forces in several West African countries with a view to military intervention. Regime spokesman Colonel Major Amadou Abdrahman said in a statement broadcast on national television, said France continues to deploy forces in several ECOWAS countries as part of preparations for an aggression against Niger. Relations with France, Niger's former colonial power, degraded swiftly after Paris stood by ousted President Mohamed Bazoum following the July coup. The Sahel state is also embroiled in a standoff with the West African bloc ECOWAS, which has threatened to intervene military if diplomatic pressure to return Bazoum to office fails. Well, that's how we end today's edition of Midday Live. Before we go look again at our top stories, 4 deaths reported in explosion at Kobina and Dokrum in the Shama district of the Western region. And international news, rescuers scrambled to find survivors under the rubble after a huge earthquake in Morocco that killed more than 2,000 people. Well, my name is Josh Quinn. For more news updates, you'd want to log on to our website, h3news.com. Our heart and prayers are with Morocco. Thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure coming your way. Have a good afternoon.